Okay, before we start today's lesson, I feel like I need to give you a warning. Today's lesson, it's not hard math. It's just tedious, and it's going to annoy you. But today, we're going to learn about standard deviation. Standard deviation is another measure of center. And what standard deviation tells us is how the data is distributed or how it deviates from the center. So if you do all this math and your standard deviation is low, that means all your numbers are close together to that mean, that average. If your numbers are really high, that means all those numbers are kind of spread out. So the first thing that we have to do when we're given a set of data, we don't have to find the median. So we don't have to list them from largest to smallest. But let's say we have this set of data and we want to find the standard deviation. Step one is to find the mean. I'm going to write this down because I feel like you're going to need to refer to this later. So step one, find the mean. So I go through, and to find the mean, I add up all these numbers. And when I add them all up, I find out that it's 135. Okay? And the number of numbers that I have is 15. So the mean, which I represent by an X with a bar over it, the mean is 9 in this case. So step one, done. So step two, it's going to take a while. Step two, find the square of the differences. Sounds weird, doesn't it? Yeah, I'll explain it in a second. Find the square of the differences. So let's go ahead and find the square of the differences. So what that means is you take each and every single piece of data and subtract the mean from it. I know. And then square it. So let's take the first piece of data. The first piece of data is 9. So we say 9 minus 9 equals 0. Done. Not really. No, we have to square that. So it's really like this. 9 minus 9 squared. So first we subtract, then we square. Fortunately, 0 squared is just 0. Okay, so let's take this second piece of data. 10 minus 9, and we want to square that. So 10 minus 9 is 1. 1 squared is 1. Okay, the next piece of data is 11. So we say 11 minus the average, which is 9, then you square it. So 11 minus 9 is 2. Square that, you get 4. I told you, it was tedious. Let's look at the next one. It would be 9 minus 6. 9 minus 6, and then you square it. That's going to be 3. 9 minus 6 squared, 9 minus 6 is 3. Square it, it's 9. So I go through and do this for every 15 points of data. Like every one of those, you do that. You find the difference and you square it. I'm not going to go through every one of these because that would be a forever long video. That would take forever to load. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you step 3. You need something, buddy? Mm-hmm. What do you need?
A piece of paper.
I don't know if we have paper. I think I have a notebook right here. Can you wait 5 minutes and I'll take care of you? Mm-hmm. Thank you, buddy. Tell everybody, hey, what's up? All right. So then you find the sum. So you take all that information that you found, all these answers, and you add them together. So it ends up being 0 plus 1 plus 4 plus 9 plus 0 plus 4 plus 0. And when you add all those data points together, you get 52. 52 is the sum. So then, step 4, you find the variance. And to find the variance, you take all that stuff that you just did, you take that number, the 52, and you divide it by the number of numbers there are. So there are 15 numbers. So that gives us 3.47. That's the variance. This little funky symbol with the square over it. That's variance, 3.47. But wait, we're not done yet. Step 4, or step 5, find the standard deviation. Find the standard deviation. And to do that, you take the square root of this number. And the square root of 3.7 is 1.86. Final answer. That's where we're headed to. You see all that work it took to get there? I know, it's a lot. In part 2, I'm going to try to make those steps a little bit, not simpler, but a little bit more clear.